If you find yourself in your 60s, 70s, or even 80s and have stepped away from the realm of intimacy, there's something I must share that may catch you off guard. This transcends mere enjoyment. It concerns your heart, your mind, your bond with existence. And if no one else has conveyed this to you, allow me to be the one to do so. Abandoning intimacy could be quietly robbing you of your well-being, your energy, and perhaps even your very sense of direction in life. I am Dr. Michael Harrison. For more than 3 decades, I have dedicated myself to assisting individuals in rediscovering their well-being beyond the age of 60. In this journey, I have witnessed the transformation that occurs when we shift our perspective on intimacy, recognizing it not as a mere luxury, but as an essential component of thriving in our later years. One might believe that the moment has passed, that a chapter has closed, yet the reality is that there are 4 distinct consequences, tangible, emotional repercussions, that emerge when intimacy fades, and often these truths remain unheard until the moment has slipped away. However, there is a silver lining. It's always possible to awaken that aspect of yourself once more. In this video, I will guide you through the process, and shortly, we will delve into the most unexpected risk of all. Before we embark on this journey, I encourage you to subscribe and activate the bell icon, ensuring you stay updated with future videos crafted to empower you to live stronger, longer, and more connected. If this message resonates with you, please type 1 in the comments. If that's not the case, please enter 0 so I can gain insight into how to better assist you on your journey. Let us delve into the initial and often underestimated consequence of diminished intimacy after the age of 60, exploring how it subtly influences your mind, your recollections, and your overall perception of life. 1. Your mind starts to deteriorate at an accelerated pace. Years ago, I encountered a patient named George, a 72-year-old retired math teacher whose memory lingers in my mind. He entered my office, voicing his concerns about his lapses in memory. The name eluded him. His concentration faltered, and he confessed, "Doc, I just don't feel as sharp as I used to." At first glance, everything appeared to be in order. There were no evident signs of dementia, nor any underlying illness lurking beneath the surface. Yet, following a series of candid discussions, George revealed something that truly resonated with me. Since the passing of his wife, he had not engaged in any sexual activity, not even once, for nearly 5 years. At this moment, one might find it simple to overlook that particular detail. A multitude of individuals certainly do. Yet, what the realm of science reveals, and what I have observed time and time again throughout my years of experience, as sexual intimacy fades away, the mind starts to forfeit one of its most potent sources of stimulation. Engaging in sexual activity enhances blood circulation to the brain, particularly in regions associated with memory, emotion, and learning. It prompts the release of dopamine, oxytocin, and endorphins, natural substances that elevate mood, alleviate stress, and serve to safeguard your brain against the ravages of time. In the absence of that stimulation, that vital release, the brain may begin to lose its momentum. The concentration wanes, the energy wanes. Moreover, the likelihood of cognitive decline and the onset of early dementia starts to increase significantly. I'm not suggesting that intimacy is a miraculous remedy. However, when it is lacking for extended periods, your mind is deprived of a profoundly human experience that invigorates life. It transcends mere performance or the vigor of youth. It revolves around the essence of connection. The essence of intimacy, be it through touch, proximity, or the nuances of sexual expression, serves to invigorate the mind, keeping the emotional circuits alive and engaged. In its absence, individuals frequently start to retreat. They grow increasingly withdrawn, their curiosity wanes, and at times, their drive to nurture themselves diminishes. The gradual dimming transcends mere emotion. It is a matter of the nervous system. This is precisely why I approach this matter with such gravity. For once that decline takes hold, reversing it becomes a formidable challenge. However, by taking the appropriate measures, you can undoubtedly maintain your brain's activity, alertness, and emotional vitality well into your 80s and even further. In the realm of human experience, the brain may initially reveal the subtle hints of sexual disconnection, yet the body soon finds its voice, refusing to remain quiet for long. Indeed, a transformation begins within your physical health, one that is not only more apparent, but potentially more perilous than many tend to ignore. Let us delve into the effects on your circulation strength and hormones when intimacy gradually fades from your existence. 2. As I sat with Linda and Carl, a couple in their late 60s, I couldn't help but reflect on how the body gradually loses vital circulation and hormonal balance over time. Nearly 4 decades of marriage had passed, yet in the last 5 years, their physical bond had gradually diminished. "We just assumed that part of life was over," Linda said softly, her tone laced with a hint of regret. Carl nodded, yet confessed that he no longer felt like the person he once was. His vitality had waned, muscle mass diminished, weight had crept up, and he remarked that he felt older than his years. As we delved further, a singular element emerged with clarity. Their closeness had fallen into an utter hush. I encounter this far too frequently. As sexual activity wanes, particularly beyond the age of 60, the body starts to drift away from its inherent cadence. The invigorating surge of the cardiovascular system that accompanies arousal and the warmth of physical touch diminishes. The flow of circulation wanes. Blood vessels exhibit reduced responsiveness, and the vital delivery of oxygen to essential organs, such as the heart and brain, declines. Intimacy transcends mere enjoyment. It serves as a dynamic workout, enhancing circulation, boosting lung capacity, and fortifying the heart. When it ceases, the body becomes aware. Yet, what unfolds on a hormonal level may be even more crucial. For both men and women, engaging in sexual activity is crucial for the regulation of hormones. In men, a lack of stimulation can cause testosterone levels to drop significantly, resulting in fatigue, weight gain, irritability, and potentially even depression. In women, the decline of estrogen and oxytocin can lead to heightened risks of osteoporosis, joint discomfort, and fluctuations in mood. These are not mere trifles. They hold the potential to impact mobility, autonomy, and overall well-being in the long run. The most troubling aspect is the subtlety with which these changes unfold. One does not simply awaken one day and experience a profound transformation. It slinks in quietly. Your pace slows just a touch. You cease your visits to the gym. Sleep eludes you. The scale tips upward, and you start to believe it's merely the passage of time catching up with you. However, the reality is that a significant portion of it may stem from a tangible disconnection and an absence of sexual engagement. There's a truth that often escapes the notice of many. Engaging in intercourse is not a prerequisite to experiencing the benefits. A tender caress, the warmth of proximity, and the depths of emotional connection can awaken those intricate hormonal pathways once more. It transcends mere performance. It is fundamentally about presence. As time stretches on without it, the challenge of restoring your body to equilibrium intensifies. Yet, as perilous as those bodily transformations may prove to be, they remain distant from the profoundest sorrow of all. For when intimacy diminishes, it is not merely the body that senses the loss. Your essence, your bond, your value. For countless older adults, that unspoken anguish delves far deeper than they are willing to acknowledge. Let us delve into the implications for both your relationship and your own self when intimacy gradually fades away. 3. In the shadows of enduring partnerships, a subtle erosion of self-worth often goes unnoticed. It's a silence that lingers, palpable among couples who have shared decades of their lives together. A silence exists between them, not thunderous or filled with rage, but weighty. In a quiet moment, I found myself seated beside a woman named Margaret, a spirited 74-year-old whose husband had triumphed over cancer. The treatments had exacted a heavy toll, and in their wake, intimacy had faded into the shadows. She gazed at me and confessed, "I don't want him to feel any pressure, yet I find myself longing for the warmth of touch." Her eyes brimmed with tears as she softly murmured, I long to feel like someone's partner, rather than merely their caregiver. The subtle chasm, both emotional and physical, unvoiced yet palpable, has the power to gradually fray the very threads of even the most resilient connections. As intimacy wanes, even when the reasons are clear, we frequently withdraw, cease to initiate, and lose faith in our own desirability. What remains is an odd sort of solitude, not merely the absence of company, but the sensation of being invisible, even when in the company of someone who once understood you more deeply than anyone else. As time passes, that solitude may solidify into feelings of resentment, shame, or profound insecurity. One partner may come to believe that the other has grown indifferent. One may experience guilt, fear, or frustration. Yet, the majority remains silent on the matter. They effortlessly adjust. And gradually, that which was once full of life transforms into something mechanical. Two kind souls sharing a space, yet drifting apart in their connection. Even if you find yourself unattached, this resonates just as profoundly. As we cease to hold the conviction of our worthiness for physical or emotional intimacy, we start to diminish, not merely in longing, but in the very essence of who we are. A fragment of our essence slips away, yearning for desire, for embrace, for the reassurance that we continue to hold significance as complete beings. The diminishment of self-worth might not be detectable through blood tests, yet it has the power to subtract years from your life and rob your days of joy. What troubles me the most is the sheer invisibility of this damage. One can find themselves enveloped by loved ones, yet still experience a profound sense of emotional deprivation. One can embody the essence of a devoted partner while simultaneously grappling with feelings of unworthiness. As time passes, that profound emptiness may give rise to depression, anxiety, withdrawal, and, in certain instances, even significant health deterioration, for the human heart is not designed to exist in isolation. Yet, what I offer you now is a truth of immense power. It need not remain as it is. Even the tiniest gestures of love, honesty, and courage can mend the gaps between us. I've observed couples in their 70s sharing laughter and new, engaging in playful flirtation, and rediscovering love, not due to the perfection of their bodies, but because they bravely chose to connect with one another once more. Yet, despite the profound emotional burden this entails, the forthcoming consequence could prove to be the gravest of all. For when intimacy fades away, it is not merely your mind, your physique, or your emotions that stand in jeopardy. It could potentially reduce the remaining years you have ahead of you. Allow me to present the findings of scientific inquiry. 4. Unbeknownst to you, you might be cutting your life short. There was a time when my heart was devoted to a man named Robert. At 81, he stood tall, a beacon of pride and independence, his mind as keen as ever. Yet, what captivated my attention the most was neither his blood pressure nor the state of his heart health. He appeared so vibrantly alive, a stark contrast to others of his age. Upon inquiring about what motivated him, he smiled and replied, "I still flirt with my wife every morning. Each night we embrace one another." And at times he laughed softly. We still share moments of intimacy. The essence lay not in the deed itself. It revolved around the bond, the ignition, the elation that arose from embracing the essence of being truly human. What Robert understood, perhaps without fully grasping it, was a truth that science has repeatedly validated. Consistent sexual intimacy, in its various expressions, correlates with an extended lifespan. I'm not referring to intense endeavors or the demands of youthful aspirations. I refer to a genuine and enduring intimacy. Contact, tenderness, stimulation. These unleash potent chemicals such as oxytocin and endorphins that diminish inflammation, lower blood pressure, and fortify your heart. A study published in the British Medical Journal revealed that older adults who engaged in a consistent sex life experienced notably lower mortality rates. That is not a matter of opinion. That is information. Physical affection transcends mere comfort. It breathes life into existence. It enhances sleep, strengthens immunity, reduces stress hormones such as cortisol, and provides your nervous system with the rejuvenation it requires as you grow older. Yet, as that closeness fades away, the body begins to undergo a gradual transformation. The tension remains elevated. The depths of slumber grow shallower. The immune system diminishes in strength. A sense of anxiety envelops you, fostering feelings of isolation and diminishing your drive to engage with the world or connect with others. These extend beyond mere emotional effects. They carry tangible effects on your well-being and indeed on the duration of your life. Many individuals resign themselves to this decline as an inevitable part of aging, yet the reality is that it frequently starts with a sense of disconnection. Your body was designed to flourish in the warmth of intimacy. Depriving oneself of that essential element, be it through choice, habit, or circumstance, subtly heightens the risk of chronic illness, depression, and an untimely demise. It might come across as severe, yet it is a reality I have witnessed manifest in far too many lives. Yet, there exists another observation I've made. Something equally formidable. I've observed individuals in their 70s and 80s rediscover that bond and truly undergo a transformation, not merely in their emotions, but in their entire way of life. The ember of potential still resides within you, even if it has been obscured by the weight of years, filled with silence or uncertainty. This leads me to the most crucial message of all, the one that far too many individuals never encounter. Regardless of the time that has passed or the distance that seems to separate you from intimacy, it is within your power to rekindle that connection. Allow me to guide you on how to embark on this journey, for it is never too late to begin anew. 5. It is never too late to embark on a new journey. I will always remember a woman named Eleanor. At 78, she arrived to see me, her mind as sharp as ever, exuding a graceful composure. Yet, as she spoke, her voice trembled with the weight of her words. I miss feeling like a woman. Neither a grandmother nor a patient of anyone, merely a woman. Nearly a decade had passed since she had experienced any form of physical affection, and she admitted that she had begun to accept that this chapter of her life was simply closed. Yet, unbeknownst to her, and evident to me each day, is the remarkable capacity of the human spirit to revive itself, regardless of the time that has passed, regardless of whether you are 60 or 90, and irrespective of whether it has been months or years. The reality remains this. While life courses through your veins, the potential for intimacy remains ever within reach. As the years pass, desire may shift, and the body may not react as it once did. Yet, the essence of connection, genuine, nurturing, and profound, remains timeless. Restoring intimacy need not commence with elaborate displays or physical expressions. At times it begins with a dialogue, a gentle touch, a moment of laughter exchanged. Even the tiniest gestures, a glance that lingers, a moment of openness, a heartfelt "I miss you," can unlock doors you believed were forever closed. For couples who have grown apart, taking that initial step towards reconnection can evoke feelings of discomfort and trepidation. Yet each time I witness someone embrace it, they emerge transformed, lighter, more vibrant, and intimately connected in ways they haven't experienced in years. Even if you find yourself single, widowed, or simply navigating life alone at this moment, do not dismiss the relevance of this message to you. To embark on the journey of reconnection, one must first turn inward. Your body remains deserving of attention and nurture. There remains within you a capacity for warmth, delight, and connection. Be it through the healing power of touch, the warmth of deep friendships, or the willingness to embrace future love, the journey remains unblocked. The inquiry isn't whether I can retrieve it. The inquiry stands. Am I prepared to take the leap? Throughout my journey, I've encountered numerous individuals who believed their moment had slipped away. Some grappled with illness, while others contended with shame, fear, or the weight of years spent apart. Yet, as they granted themselves the freedom to explore without the weight of pressure or expectation, a spark ignited within them. Their vitality shifted, their well-being flourished, and above all, they began to rediscover their true selves once more. You are not past your prime. You have not strayed too far from your path. Your narrative is far from complete, and the upcoming chapter could prove to be the most rewarding of them all. Now the question arises, if you were aware that a single small step could restore vitality, joy, and a deeper connection, what would hold you back from embracing it? As we conclude, I wish to impart a truth that I hope will remain with you throughout your journey. 6. In conclusion, if you have journeyed with me to this point, I extend my heartfelt gratitude, not merely for your attention, but for your willingness to engage with an open mind. This dialogue is not always straightforward. Discussing intimacy, relationships, or the passage of time can evoke feelings of unease, remorse, and even sorrow. Yet, if there is a singular truth I have gleaned from my many years of engaging with older adults, it is this: the yearning to experience life fully, to connect deeply, to be acknowledged, it remains with us always. It becomes obscured beneath the weight of time, sorrow, and quietude. We have explored the ways in which the aging process of the brain accelerates when intimacy diminishes, how circulation and hormonal balance begin to decline, how relationships can silently deteriorate, and surprisingly, how your overall life expectancy may be influenced. These are not trivial side effects. These are genuine, quantifiable transformations that can profoundly impact one's life. And yet, a compelling thread weaves its way through each of these risks. They are not definitive. I have observed individuals rekindle their bonds after years of separation. In their 70s, I've witnessed widows and widowers embark on the journey of rediscovering love. I have assisted men in reclaiming their confidence, even when they believed it was lost forever. I've witnessed women come to the profound understanding that they remain beautiful, still desirable, and inherently worthy of tenderness. Do you realize what unites all these individuals? They granted themselves the freedom to start anew. This is not a quest to reverse the hands of time. It's a journey of taking back what is rightfully yours. Closeness, happiness, the bonds of humanity. Such experiences are not exclusive to the youth. Indeed, I hold the conviction that their significance amplifies with the passage of time, for they nurture the spirit as profoundly as they bolster the physical form. No matter where you find yourself on this path, be it in a nurturing marriage, navigating the challenges of a difficult one, or existing in that gray area in between, may this message serve as a gentle reminder that your narrative is far from complete. Time remains for joy, for mending, for connection. If there's a soft voice within you suggesting, perhaps I should give it a go, I truly hope you heed its call. There's no requirement to resolve every issue in a single night. There's no requirement for you to have a precise plan for your next steps. All it takes is a single step forward. Perhaps that could spark a dialogue. Perhaps it's a gentle caress. Perhaps it is about granting yourself the chance to believe once more. Your journey is far from over, far from it. And if no one has reminded you recently, you are worthy of feeling vibrant, cherished, and intertwined with others. Not in the distant future, absent from recollection. At this moment, may this mark the dawn of a fresh chapter. The finest chapter of your story may yet be poised to unfold. If this message resonated with you, I invite you to take a moment to express your appreciation for this video. Share it with someone who could benefit from its message, and leave your thoughts in the comments below. Whether it's a brief acknowledgement of resonance or a narrative from your own experience, your voice holds significance, and you can never predict the impact your words may have on others.